Hello, beautiful souls. How's everyone doing today? Permission to be ourselves, right? A little late getting on here, and that's okay, because sometimes you just have to roll with what's flowing through your world. And so today I had to go grab another cup of coffee. So I hope you guys are catching me live. If you're catching the replay, that's fine too. Welcome. Today we are going to go through the cards, right? Today we are sharing multifaceted messages. If you are one of our VIPs, definitely say hello. Let me know you're here. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some information. We have a lot of things to cover today, so I'm hoping to get to all of it. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly, you can see me good, and we'll be getting to the bulk of everything in just a second. I just want to make sure this is adjusted. So if you guys are coming on live, let me know you're here. We're just doing some last minute little tweaks. So it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I hope it's a beautiful day in your neighborhood. Cheers to you and all you get to do today, and I hope you get to do a lot of good things. So I have some really exciting news I'm going to share with you as we move forward. And as always, if you stay until the end, I will share with you today's lucky angel number. So lucky angel number, just want to share this with you guys. I always feel like I've been given a lot of numbers over the years, and some of the numbers have hit as the lottery numbers. This is not to win the lottery. This is just spirit coming through, I feel, with a little hello from heaven. And when I've hit those numbers over the years, my mom's mom was a numbers runner, so really cool. She was into the lottery, which is neat. And maybe a lot of your grandparents did this too, because that was a thing back then, which is really kind of cool. But she's come through so many times, bringing through numbers and different things. And what I found is, it's not about hitting the lottery. It's about when you win those numbers, and it's nothing major or big, whatever, it's usually just a little amount, but still, it's the fact that we heard it and we intuitively listened to it and went and bought a ticket. And I'd say I'd probably hit about 13 times or so from different numbers that I've received from, I feel, different spirits in the spirit realm, but one of them being my grandmother. And when it comes through, like I was saying, I always find that if you do win, it's great to, I call it spirit money, and it wasn't mine to begin with, and so if I can do something to pay it forward and do something good for someone else, that's what I like to do with it. Now, you can do whatever you choose to do with it, but I always feel like when we give it out, it always comes back to us. So if you feel lucky, and today's lucky angel number is a number that you feel like playing, by all means, go and buy yourself a ticket. But if you win, come back and let us know. I always love to hear who's having wins and how you're making out in this world, right? Because everyone needs permission to brag every now and then, and sometimes we don't feel like we can do that. So I'm sharing an email very shortly, so if you're not on my email list, I highly recommend you go over and check it out. You can go check out my brand new website, www.themultifacetedmedium.com. And actually, in today's day and age, you don't even need www, so just themultifacetedmedium.com. And so you can sign up and get on my newsletter, and you'll be notified of all the new things that I'm sharing. I have a ton of new things going on, contests, different things we're going to be sharing. But today is permission to brag, and so I wanted to just take a moment and share that as one thing. I'm going to come back to that in a second, but I want to share the astrology of today, because so many people feel so many different energies throughout different times in their life, right? If you are dealing with grief and loss, and you are someone who maybe is an emotional energy, you're going to pick up these things even more. So here's something that I found out today. So for the next few days, these are the energies that are floating through our multiverse. So the sun right now is in Leo. So all of you beautiful Leos who love to show off and strut your stuff, yay for you, and happy birthday to all the upcoming Leos and the Geminis who are still in. And the moon is in Scorpio, which is a very watery sign who feels a lot of emotion, but also gets in their head and beats themselves up a little too much. So if you are that type of energy, definitely know that you are not alone. This is completely normal, and experiencing what you're experiencing is a normal thing. So here's the other thing. For the sun in Leo, right, you are, like I said, those people who love to strut your stuff. You are the sexy performers in life. And you know what? Honor that about yourself. I have so many friends who are Leo. My mom's a Leo. My great friends are Leos. They're beautiful people. Some of them are true Leos. Some of them are Leo mixed with other signs. And I love all of them and all of the different facets that they have and that they hold and that they are able to embrace to become who they are. Whether they're unapologetically themselves or not, you know, we're all going through this experience of life trying to figure it out as we go, right? And we're really all here just to walk each other home. So the moon being in Scorpio, this is, so if you are a fixed sign, so this is what I understand today. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but I like to share this. I like to dabble, and then when I find things that make sense, I like to bring them through for you in a way that you can understand, and hopefully unpacking, you know, the astrology, the afterlife, all those good things that we can unpack together so that you can learn to connect in. So if you're coming on live, welcome, 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 and we're going to be pulling some cards, but I'm just sharing some of the astrology. So if you are a fixed sign, whether you're an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Leo, or a Scorpio, you are going to feel very edgy over these next couple days. You're going to feel very moody. Enjoy and embrace being edgy. Embrace who you are and what you're feeling in this time, because it's totally normal to feel moody if you are one of those fixed signs. Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or a Leo. So do we have any of those people out here? Have you been feeling edgy? Are you feeling really moody? Are you one minute you're happy, the next minute you're crying your eyes out? Totally normal. If you're someone else who maybe is not that sign, you may have those signs in you. So if you've been experiencing these feelings today, tomorrow, and the next day until the 27th, know that that's completely normal, and those signs may be in your house of astrology. Now, again, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know all of that, but I know when things resonate, you have to listen to them and pay attention. So if you guys are coming on live, let me know you're here. Let me know you can hear me. Big shout out, right? Throw up some love. Throw up, that doesn't sound good. Put up some beautiful hearts. If you have friends and family who you think would benefit from some multifaceted messages with the angels, the oils, and some of the astrology, we'll be doing some multifaceted goodness. Hello, my friends. Great to see you. If you guys want a card, let me know you're here. If you're one of our VIPs, definitely let me know you're here, because I want to come to you first. If you're interested in becoming a VIP, there's information on my brand new website, themultifacetedmedium.com. You can check it out after we're finished here. I'll put all the links below. And so here's the other thing. As the astrology goes forward and you're feeling those moody feelings, you know, sometimes we all need permission to be where we are. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes we need permission to brag because we never share with other people what we're up to, or we feel funny saying, you know what, ooh, look at me, this is what I just did. You know what, sometimes we have to celebrate those wins. One of my biggest mentors shared with me that we need permission sometimes to do that, and it's okay to celebrate your wins. And when you do something that's really a big accomplishment, share it with the world. Don't share it before, because then people poo-poo your stuff, right? And who hasn't had that done, right? You share a great idea and somebody like stabs it down and goes, well, you know, you should do it this way, or that's not good enough. And you're like, seriously? You just ruined my juju before I even got it started. So I'm learning, and I've learned over the years, and maybe you can learn too. You know, don't share all your things before they're hatched. But once they've bloomed or blossomed or hatched into whatever they're doing, feel free to share it. So I'm sharing that I just finally finished my website. Yay! You have no idea how excited I am. I'm so excited I can't get the words out. So permission for you to feel the confusion, the edginess, the, you know, celebration, whatever it is you're feeling as these emotional energies move through us. You know, it's okay to feel that. If you have permission to brag, then go ahead and do that too, because that's what I'm giving you right now. Permission slip, right? We all need those. So just observe the feelings and change. Let's see what I wrote. Observe the feelings and change them. Oh, and just change them. It's that easy. It's really that easy when you're trying to be in a place and you feel like, wow, the energy sucks right now. It doesn't feel good. You could stay in that place and be heavy, or you could flip the script, I like to say, and have a holy shift, which is literally just thinking a different thought, and your mind goes where your attention flows, right? So if you put intention on that thought and you're sitting there going, my life sucks right now, things are bad, guess where your intention is going, and your attention. So if you flip the script, turn this way, right, which would be downstream, and then go, oh wow, you know, over there things look better, or let me try this and maybe my life gets better. That's all you have to do, and it literally flows in a different direction. It's what you focus on will manifest in your world. So think about that for manifestation, my friends, right? So, all right, and then also a lot of conflicting energies like I was sharing, and especially for those fixed signs. And the other thing, stop beating yourself up. If you are the Scorpio, or you are one of those fixed signs, or even if you're any of those other signs that maybe we didn't mention, if you've been beating yourself up and maybe that internal chatter is like, you're not good enough, you should be there already, you're not doing it right, blah, 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 blah. Tell that voice to shut the hell up, give it a cocktail or a cup of coffee or something, and push it to the side, because really that's that ego, and you have to move that out of the way, because it's edging out the voice of your internal divine. You know, they say it's edging out God, which is really, we all have that inside of us, right? It's the divine. So you're edging out that voice of the positive because that negativity keeps coming in. So if you can find a way to just move that to the side, stop being so mean to yourself, love yourself more, go look in the mirror, high five yourself for the great job that you're doing. You got to where you are today, you woke up. Right? Some people don't even wake up. You know, we just had a crazy incident here where a deer was hit, so sad, and really, really affected me. My friend just told me about it, and here when it was in this accident, it hit the neighbor, and she broke her legs, and I'm like, oh my God, or her leg in different places, and it was just such a tragic accident. And, you know, I don't know where I was going with this, but it was about, because I'm not usually that type of person to bring in negativity, but I needed to share this because I was just making a point. Oh, don't beat yourself up, because she was just standing there gardening. It was an accident. These things happen sometimes. The deer now is at peace. She has to heal, but you know what? The good thing is she's alive. She could be gone too. So blessings in disguise, even though they come in ways that aren't always positive. You know, there's a law of divine. We don't always understand why things happen the way they do. Sometimes we just have to, you know, be okay with not being okay or not understanding something. So allow yourself to have permission. You know, if you've lost a loved one or something happened and you're like, why did they go? Maybe it's okay just to not know why that happened, but to know that you're still here and maybe there's work you still have to do. Or maybe there's something that they had to do on the other side that took them to a different place. Maybe that deer had to do something on the other side that, you know, the universe, God, whatever, pulled the deer to the other side and to you know, allow the animal to be here when it was here, and then it was time for the animal to cross over. We never know what the bigger, higher plan is. So I say to trust the experience, but to also be gentle with ourselves. So know that this is a very emotional time, and I think it's really important to just be aware of that. So the moon in Scorpio is time to tell the truth as well with yourself emotionally. So are you feeling like shit lately and you need to say that? Or are you feeling really good lately and you need to say that? Be honest with yourself emotionally, physically, mentally, and put yourself in a better place. And remember, no matter what you're feeling, really easy to holy shift. You just have to find something else to focus on and then put your attention there. And that will take you to a much better place. So we're going to get into the cards without further ado. Wonderful to see you guys here. Good morning, Kathy. She's one of our VIPs. I will definitely be pulling a card for you. Good morning to all the other beautiful souls hopping on. If you're coming on and you're one of our VIPs, definitely let me know. If you're just here and you'd like a message, let me know. So I pulled a few cards ahead of time. As I was shuffling, cards were jumping out, and I thought, oh, these are for the collective. So we're going to share those first. And again, if you stick around to the end, we're going to do some lucky angel numbers. I shared a little bit in the beginning about that, so if you missed it, you're going to want to catch that. It's why they are lucky angel numbers and how Spirit brings those through sometimes. All right, so today's main theme is about connecting with nature, getting out this beautiful day before it gets really hot, or maybe later this evening, because I think we're supposed to have a huge heat wave the next few days here in Pennsylvania. I think we're almost going to hit 100, which is crazy, but hopefully not too humid. But check on the elderly, check on your pets, loved ones today when the weather gets hot, and definitely make sure animals have water. If you know you're in an area maybe where you haven't had a lot of rain, put bowls of water out for animals, and watch the animals, especially your dogs, on the blacktop and the concrete. Their feet are very, very sensitive. When I go to take my dogs for a walk, I bend down and put the back of my palm on that blacktop for like a good couple seconds. If it's too hot for my hand, it's too hot for their feet. Friends, please be aware of that with your pets, because these poor dogs, I see them walking up the street and they're suffering, and I don't want to tell the owner, hey, you're hurting your dog, because, you know, we don't want to be that person who's like the know-it-all, but you're over there going, oh my God, their feet are burning. You could see them doing like the hot dance, right? So please just be aware of that, because sometimes it's just hard for humans to say it to another human, but if you know it and you can share it with someone, just wisely share it in a way that's not telling someone, but maybe suggesting. So connecting with nature, get out and spend time with animals, connect with the natural world, and it will actually help to increase your intuition. That is today's multifaceted message, which we're starting with. Hi, Penny. You want to come up and say hi? Come on. Lazy today. Lazy bones. It's Miss Penny. All right, we're being good, right? We're being good because our brother is here with us today. Here, you can go over here. All right. So, somebody's allergic to something. So today, the other cards are balance, courage, and harmony. They were the three main ones that came in. Penny, that's my coffee. Thank you. So balance is all about finding that balance in your life, however that works for you. A lot of times we feel out of sorts, just like what I was talking about with the sun in Leo and the moon, the sun in Leo, the moon in Scorpio. The energy isn't completely balanced. There's a lot of emotional edge flowing. So know that finding that balance, it's going to be what works for you. Everybody finds their balance differently. What's a way that you find balance in your life? What do you like to do? I personally like to take a walk. I do some prayer walking. It really helps to clear my head is what I call it. And really what I'm doing is praying for people and thinking positive thoughts, trying to focus on the things that are important in life and letting go of all the things that aren't. And then also having courage, finding a way to stand in your power. You know, how many times have people held themselves back because they just don't feel courageous enough to step out and share maybe what it is, what they do with the world, or sharing something new that maybe they've been birthing for a long time. Like, I've been birthing this website for a freaking year, people. I had to build it from scratch. I knew nothing about it. So the fact that it's done, I'm like, yay! You have no idea. And I feel courageous today. So I hope you guys do too. And I hope you check out my website. I have lots of cool stuff and there's some freebies on there. So definitely check it out when we're finished, not yet. And then harmony is everything coming together as it should. And this card, when it comes together also, it usually has to do with some different groups of people. So if you've been dealing with some people and maybe things have not been quite as harmonious as they could be, maybe there's a little bit of things, I'm hearing things being off kilter, things aren't 100% right in your friend groups, especially if you are an empathic soul and you're feeling like, I don't know, I kind of don't want to be around those people because it doesn't feel right. Don't be eating my tree trunk. This one, I gotta watch her like a hawk. Hey, no tree trunk. But yeah, so if something is feeling really off to you, pay attention to that because your intuition knows when something is on and when something is off. So you definitely want to be aware of that. And then the other cards, excuse me, we're not eating my hand. Thank you. Shh, go get your toy. Where's your purple guy? All right, and then we're going to pull some of these cards. These actually came out already too, so I'm going to show the collective. If you guys want a card, definitely let me know. Good morning, Tiffany. She says, good morning to myself, Joanne, and Kathy. So Tiffany was one of our VIP. Well, she still is remotely, so we'll call her is, whatever, but it's all good. We're happy to have you here, Tiffany. Thank you for being here and joining us. Good morning, Joanne. I'd love a card. Perfect. I will get to you as well. So hang on there, guys, because these cards are going to be for the collective, and you can probably take what you can and leave the rest. But also, even the cards that I pull for individual people, you can take something from them. By all means, please do so. So cheers. What's everyone drinking? All right. So the first, I call these the Angel and Oil cards. They are not that. They are called Essential Oil Oracle cards, and you can find all these cards on my Amazon shop, which is going to be linked, it should be linked in there now. You can download my virtual business card. It has all my links on there. So this card is all about the trigger statement. This card is marjoram, the oil of marjoram, which is quite interesting that it came up because I was like, balance came up. I was like, you know what, we need to stay cool. So I'm feeling like a little bit of maybe some deep blue. So we'll get into that as well, which is a cooling, soothing. You know, you can do peppermint also, which is good. Stop eating that tree. Hey, hang on a second. We have to get a toy for her or something. Go get your toy. Let's see. So the trigger statement is people cannot be trusted. So if you are someone who feels like, oh boy, you know, I can't trust people, I really feel like the world is out to get me, that's a false statement. And false statements, you know, it's fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's really the way our mind thinks. It's that crazy mind that is over here beating us up, right? So the true statement would be, I trust in my heart. So if it feels right here, when you tune in, like, are these people really out to get me? Am I dealing with something that is, you know, beyond my control? Place your hand on your heart and ask yourself, is this what I need to focus on? Is this real? Is this made up in my head? And see what kind of answer that comes to you. This is all about comfort, this oil of marjoram. And so your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. So if you're feeling that, marjoram's a really good oil for you, and maybe you've been feeling, so I use marjoram a lot as an essential wellness consultant and a strategist. I use it a lot in my shoulders because marjoram is actually in our Deep Blue product. And that oil is really good for going in deep to the tissue and the muscle, and it kind of opens it up before I would put the Deep Blue in there to then release it and relax it, and that helps us find balance. So I love that those cards came out. Hang on one second. I feel she's eating my table and I need to stop her. Excuse me, we are not eating the table. Go away. Go away with your toy over there. Oh my goodness. She did. She ate the table. Hold on one second. Ugh. Always when I'm trying to do something live, right? Stop it. Alright, come on. We're going to get this guy. Come here. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. We're not eating that. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Okay. Well, we're back. She definitely was eating my table, so I'm glad I stopped. This is rubber chicken. I think it's her bestie. So we're going to toss that and hopefully she'll play around with it. Thank you for your patience. So we're going to get into some other cards. The other card, the soul card that we need to know about is happiness. So today's soul card is happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. So do you notice that when things are going well for you and you're in a really good headspace, mind, body, and spirit? You know what? Hang on one second. I have to put her away. I can't have you eating my table. Stop it. Hold on. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, thank you again for your patience. We all have puppies and kids, right? We know how that is when they don't listen. Ugh. Anyway, I don't want her to get sick on that because I don't know if it has polyurethane. And she'll be quiet in just a few. So happiness, again, paying attention to what brings us joy, what lights us up. Now Duke can come over and be part of it with us. I think he gets a little worried when she's doing things. It's okay, buddy. Good boy. And as you can see, Duke's doing really well. His little boo-boo there, if you can see it, it's all the fur's growing back. He's doing really well. Duke, did you want to come and see everybody? Is that what you were doing? He's so good. So thank you guys for all your prayers and your concerns. He's doing great. I think he's worried she's barking. It's okay. And you know, the funny part is he never likes being on camera. So for him to come in and be part of this with us is really awesome. Yay. So the other card that I'm going to share before I go to pull cards for everyone is you are worth it. If you've been needing to hear that lately, you are absolutely worth it. And sometimes, again, we don't give ourselves permission to feel good about ourselves, right? If you are that Scorpio and you have that energy of the Scorpio moon in your system right now and it's in your sign, and maybe you're feeling I'm not good enough, or why do I feel like I feel? Why am I so moody? Why am I so edgy? Why do I cry at the drop of a hat? Why? Beating yourself up internally. Know that you are worth it. You are worth everything, right? You are divine. When I look at this card, I'm very much drawn to the light, the candles. I'm very much drawn to the crown chakra over here with the lotus flower. And I love that she's kind of drifting off, looking out. I'll let you guys see it close up. She's looking out at the lotus flower almost as if she's like, I wish I could be in that space of peace and harmony. But I feel like she's not. So this is the permission for you to bring yourself into that place where you are worth it. You are worthy of love, and you are worthy of receiving finances, and you are worthy of friendship, and you are worthy of anything at all that you need in your life. Maybe it's a mate. Maybe you are worthy of a new job. Maybe you are worthy of a new home. Whatever that is for you, you're enough, right? You are absolutely enough, and you're safe to receive. And the other thing is this card is a 5, so it's all about big changes coming into your world. So I feel like if you've been in a place where maybe things have not been moving forward because maybe you just didn't feel good enough, or maybe you also didn't have the support you needed to move forward, know that this is the time that she's sort of still daydreaming, but she can see it in front of her. So it's just what you focus on. And also I'm being drawn to, I don't know if you guys can see it right in front of her, these little lights, almost like, think about the fireflies, right? The lightning bugs, you know, this is the time when they all come out, if you have them where you live. And this year they've just started, you know, twinkling. And we saw a movie the other night, my parents and I, because they're up visiting from Florida. And what was really cool is they put these, the lightning bugs, they caught them in the jar and they put the lid on. And I don't know if this is true. If you guys know this, let me know. I thought it was a cool concept, and it probably is true, but it may have been something they used for the movie. But what they did was, they were on this little date and she closed the lid and she said, see, the fireflies don't light up because you took away their freedom. You know, when they are feeling captured or subdued, they don't light up. Does anybody know if that's true? But then when she opened them up, you saw them fly out. And of course it was a movie and it was a love story and it was cute. But that I thought was really interesting. So it's like she's allowing to see in front of her the freedom that is there, the freedom that exists when she believes in herself or he believes in himself. So this could be for a male or female, but know that these candles here is what I was drawn to originally. And to me, that's really shining your light bright, keeping yourself moving forward, really believing in where you are. And none of those candles are burning out. So I love that, because to me, they're just, you know, the wax is dripping. They're very, I love how it's building up to like a crescendo. Am I saying that right? And it just feels really powerful. And also, I just noticed the boat here. So the boat, to me, it's docked on land. It's ready to move forward in whatever direction this person chooses to go. So know that you have everything in front of you, unlimited possibility. Your light is shining bright. There may be something with the lilies as well, stargazers, so maybe be out under the stars. Enjoy that. Just notice what you notice. So this is the time too, and I pulled this deck. This is the deck of Nature's Whispers. I love this because of the butterflies, and to me, the butterflies just started popping out. I'm going to pull this one too because it kind of pulled up. They just started coming around again. We haven't seen them like all season, which is really odd for this time of the year. This is kind of late, but I don't know. I think everything's off season-wise energetically. So this card is for the collective again. Trust your own understanding. And again, it's a 5. Trust in your own understanding. Like, I can share these multifaceted messages, but you're going to feel something deep in here. And it's going to resonate with you like nothing else. And when you start to understand what makes sense for you, you'll know, okay, that message resonates with me, or that's where I need to be putting my attention. She's also taking off the mask, if you notice that. These are beautiful cards. And I love that she's kind of revealing who she truly is, or who he truly is. And you're also looking at things from a really much higher perspective. I feel like I'm also drawn to the moons as well. So pay attention to the different cycles of the moon and what you're feeling. But I feel like this is a big time of transformation for yourself, as well as I feel like some others that are transitioning with you. In different things, like you might be in a group or a community that things are transitioning into a new direction, or you might be in, this could be a work related thing where things are starting to transition into a different area or a different direction. But it's kind of like you're seeing things more clearly. So if that makes sense to you, definitely let us know in the comments below, but trust your own understanding of whatever it is that comes up for you. So I hope that makes sense. So let's see who wanted a card. I'm going to get to all you guys. So let me pull the ones that we used. So let's see. So definitely hang in there, have that courage, and let me see what else I wanted to do. Okay, so Kathy's next. I'm going to pull a card for you. Are you still here, Kathy? Let me know if you're still here, because I really want to pull them for people who are live, but our VIPs get first access. If you're here and you're not a VIP and you'd like to be, you can download my virtual business card, and there's a thing on there called Buy Me a Coffee. It shares all the information that you need to know about becoming a VIP Coffee Club member, which gives you perks and access to all kinds of things, especially multifaceted messages, before everyone else. If you guys are just hopping on, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know if you'd like a card. As you notice, Penny settled down. Yay. I really wish I didn't have to put her away, but I can't keep an eye on her, and she's eating my furniture, and that's not cool. But we have all dealt with puppies before, and we know that they can be challenging. So wonderful to see you guys. Good morning, Allison. You'd love a card. Perfect. Let's see. regarding work and finances. Okay, we will get to you as well. I have a couple of VIPs in front of you, so let's go into some cards. I don't know if Kathy's here. Kath, if you're here, let me know. If not, I think, let me see if I can reach you guys. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see who else is here. Tiffany or Joanne, if you're still here, let me know. I want to pull a card for one of our VIPs that are here. Let's see. And then if not, I will get to Allison and anyone else who's coming on who would like a card. In the meantime, I'm going to pull another card just to see where we're going with this. And we'll see what and who comes through and wants to talk. Let's see. All right. So someone is making a decision. We'll wait to hear from you guys. Okay, Joanne's still here. I'm going to get to you next. Making a decision. So this could be for the collective. This is a master number. So making decisions can be very challenging. And you guys might find that in your own life. I know for me, making a decision sometimes is really hard. I kind of want to gather the facts, know what I'm doing, feel what feels right, feel what doesn't feel right. But making a decision is usually a really challenging aspect. I'm going to pull a couple cards on that. Kindness, again, be gentle with yourself going through that. Discernment, which is we're at a crossroads. Commitment, so committing to something, so definitely with making the decision, and it's going to have to do probably with something that aligns with your purpose. So if it doesn't align with what it is you feel really passionate about, I would say it's a hell no, don't do it. You'll know if it feels right. Sometimes you have to do things we don't like in the meantime, but if you look at the bigger scheme of things, even if you're doing like a job or something you don't like, there's probably something in that position that's going to help you get to something in your purpose down the line. Like looking back in my life, I was a hair designer before this, and I was very shy as a child. I know, hard to believe, right? Very painfully shy. Like literally, if you looked at me, I'd like wet my pants or something or cry. I was like, oh my God, they're looking at me. And it wasn't until I got into beauty school and then I went to do hair that I thought I have to learn to talk to these people. They all thought I was a snob. I was not a snob. I was quiet and shy, and I didn't know what to say to people. I felt like a dummy. So I learned how to use my voice, and by actually doing these coffee and convos, I've become more confident because I've been doing this for probably almost close to 3 years now, 2 or 3 years, every week showing up and being, you know, available to bring through messages for you guys. So look at that in your own life and think about all the different things that have helped you get to where you are, especially when trying to make a decision if it has to do with the job. They're all things that have carried you along the way. And it's really interesting when I look at this card, you know, she's got her wing up and, you know, her beautiful self over on the one side, and the other side is like nature and all the things that flow through her. So it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's all those things that I was just saying. So it's all the parts of your life that maybe you weren't really even aware of. You know, looking back, and we see it in hindsight, I look back now and think, well, I had to learn how to speak to people, to be able to do readings, to be able to communicate with spirit, because that's a really high energy thing. And if you can't keep that conversation going, it doesn't flow. When we had our first salon, my mom and I remember we'd have like, we just opened, and I would say, we have to book people together, because if we don't, it's going to sound like a Morgan here. It's so quiet because it was such a big space. I said, so you book when I book, and we'll try to get this going. And eventually it grew. And it's just really crazy because, you know, people don't realize that. They don't see from the outside looking in. But, you know, I had to learn how to carry a conversation longer. You know, people are like, how do you keep the conversation going? I had to learn that. It was hard. But I definitely am able to do it, so you can do it too. So Joanne, I'm going to pick a card for you. I'm feeling drawn to one of the oil cards first for you, so let's see where that goes. Oh, well, 3 jumped out, so we'll see where that takes us. Again, take what you can and leave the rest, friends, for anyone. So encouraging, topical, and grapefruit. Okay, so these cards are about motivation, if you've been needing that, harmony, and nourishment. So basically taking care of yourself, right? Finding a balance, harmony, and getting motivated to get there. So if you've been struggling with a way to move forward, a lot of times it's something we're dealing with, or I always find that I'm saying struggling because honestly, when you're going through something and it's hard, it is a struggle. So this is more of the encouraging blend. And the trigger statement would be, I don't know where to start. Maybe you're trying to start something new and you just don't have a clue as to where to begin. Or maybe you're already doing something, you're just kind of at a challenging spot where you're like, I'm not sure how to move forward. The true statement would be, I can take action now, because no matter which next right step you take, you're going to move forward, and you're just being encouraged. So the other message is you'll find clarity and the ability to create in the now, in the moment, This is your time to make things happen. So I love that for you, Joanne. I know she's doing a lot of crafty, creative things. Joanne makes some amazing tumblers, some beautiful charcuterie boards. I hope I'm saying that right. And Joanne, feel free to post your link below. If people are interested, they could go check that out. But this is a card for you for motivation. And thank you for being here, Joanne. I'm also going to share the next couple cards for you as well. And again, if you guys can resonate with this too, and let us know we're not alone. Let Joanne know she's not alone. It's good to hear that, oh wow, that makes sense to me too. I can take that. If you can, definitely let us know. Hello, beautiful Krista. Good morning. Would you like a card? Let us know. We're going to be pulling some cards. I'm going to try to get to everybody. Let's see. Michelle says, hi, my love. Please, may I have a card? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Where's everybody tuning in from? I would love to hear because we're global all over the world, and I love that we connect with people from everywhere, and, it could be all over. So it's just really cool. The Harmony card, Joanne, or anyone else who can take this, the trigger statement would be, I'm boiling over. Wow. Who here has hot flashes? I'm boiling over. What are you thinking, right? So it's like you're in your head. You may need this topical blend, which is helping harmony come together. If you're interested in any of the oils that I'm sharing, there's definitely a link in my virtual business card. Download that, and there's a thing that says if you love essential oils. And I think I recommend one key collection to start with. And it's really a great collection, but you can customize it and make your own. And I have a great friends and family discount code, so make sure you use it. The true statement would be, I allow myself to feel. Feel the feelings, whatever they are, especially if you're dealing with that Scorpio stuff right now, right? Like I was saying. Give yourself space to decompress, always taking time, especially as a healer, which I know Joanne is in our group, the Multifaceted Soul Society. As someone who does mediumship and healing, we definitely need time to decompress. Maybe you're someone who is also a healer in your own right. Maybe you're not a certified healer, but we all have healing in our own energy, and when we help others, that's healing. And so when you can take the time to, decompress and find some space for yourself, taking that time to nurture your mind, body, and spirit allows the emotions to surface, and then they can be released. So oftentimes when I do a lot of this emotional healing and reprogramming work, the emotions will actually well up. And for me personally, when I healed a lot of the stuff in my own life, it had to come up. It had to, like a rose. I always say it could be like an onion, which is like peeling and then you cry and it stinks, right? Or it could be like a rose or a sunflower. And as you peel back those layers, more and more beauty is revealed, right? But as that reveals itself, it has to come up so you can feel it in order to heal it. For me, I had to see it, so it came up on my face. I had all kinds of issues on my face about a year or two ago. I had tons of issues on my arm, which I never shared with you guys. I've told you a few times. But I'm going to be writing a blog about that, and I'm going to be sharing all the details, and it is gory details, I have to say. My arm was really gross. It was so embarrassing. I didn't want to tell people because here I was doing wellness, and, it wasn't really working for me. But I found something else that actually worked because some of the things I was using didn't work with what I was doing. So I had to find a different balance. So maybe you're finding that in your own life, Joanne. So that would be the topical blend. So giving yourself permission to take that time, decompress, allow yourself to the feelings to surface so you can release them and let them go. So that would be the harmony. And again, coming into balance, using your courage, maybe getting out in nature to get some earthing done and move forward with all that, right? Ground yourself in love. And the other card is nourishment. And this oil is grapefruit. So grapefruit is great in our water. Again, not all oils are created equal. If you use a different brand, be sure to check the supplement fact sheet. If it does not have one and it says not for internal use, do not use it because that means there are chemical fillers and chemical compounds in there that they're not safe for internal use. Ours are very pure. So there is a big difference. If you'd like to know more, let me know. The trigger statement for nourishing yourself using the grapefruit is, it's all my fault. Right? So if you've been telling yourself, oh my God, this is so my fault, I'm always causing problems, why does this happen to me, blah, 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 blah. That's that voice. We need to quiet that voice. The true statement would be, I see now what I truly need. So allow yourself to see clairvoyantly through your third eye or with your physical eyes. Allow yourself to see what it is you really need. Ask the universe to show you. If you're ready to see it, it will be presented to you. And you might ask and it might not be ready yet. So just know to have patience if you need that. But your energetic body needs nourishment. So begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. So if you're working on weight loss or some type of a new physical regimen for your whole system, really pay attention to how you feel. I know oftentimes doing keto myself, especially this week, I got back on board really strong, and you listen to your body, and if it's like, you know what, I'm not really hungry, you don't eat. They always told us we had to eat 3 meals a day, and we had to have breakfast, and we had to do this. You eat when you're hungry. Your body knows. A lot of times we're programmed to eat when we think we have to eat. And I find when you feed it better food, you don't need to eat quite as often, and you can actually lose weight and you feel better and you're less bloated and everything else. So maybe that makes sense for you as well, Joanne. Hunger from spiritual. Okay, so notice to discern the difference from physical hunger from spiritual hunger. So there's a difference with that as well, which we all know. Cherish your body and the way it supports you. So that's the other thing, and I definitely want to leave you with this one, Joanne, in Light and Love, but I want to share something else. When we are working on ourselves, mind, body, spirit, whether it's physically trying to lose weight or just physically trying to be a better person or a better version of ourselves, we can't beat ourselves up for who we are right now in this moment. So a lot of times people look in the mirror and go, oh, God, you're so dumb, or why did you do that? Instead of saying, you know what, you're amazing, high five, I love you, you woke up, you showed up, you are a good person, even if some people don't think you are, you know you are. And you know what, you haven't murdered anybody, and even if you had, God forgives everybody, right? So you find a way to forgive yourself, you know, and just really love yourself for the skin you're in. So if you are someone, and this can go for anyone, trying to work on a diet regimen or a healthier lifestyle, look in the mirror. Love the arms, love the belly, love the chin, because the minute you start loving that, the energy just falls away from you. All that you've been holding on to. So, and I'm not saying this for you in particular, Joanne, this can be for anyone. When we hold on to that energy, it's really, we're holding on to it for psychic protection, really, because we feel that when we eat, right, emotionally, sometimes we feel that we hold on to that, and it's been, you know, years of building up. And I know this for myself to be true. You know, when we get hurt or something happens, we tend to eat, or we stick coffee, or we, you know, eat chocolate or something that makes us feel good in the moment. But really what it's doing is packing on weight on us or causing issues in our body. And maybe they're not the most positive things we could be doing, because what that's doing is it's just packing on that protection that surrounds us. Where if we can love that energy, it starts to fall away really easily. And so hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to pull 3 more for you, Joanne. Understanding, clarity, and efficiency. So understanding, I feel like that will make sense to you. And you may even, understanding has to do with learning new things. So you might be learning a new skill, doing something different. But I feel like the clarity will be coming for you. So you're going to be getting some downloads. Some things are going to be making really crystal clear sense to you. And I feel like they're giving me the number 3. So I feel like the next 3 days, 3 months, 3 weeks. No, it feels like 3 days. And I feel like you're going to be getting a lot done in the next couple days. Like this is a really big time for you to just like, I want to put pedal to the metal or head to the grind and just really get things done. So I feel like that makes sense. Okay, there was a big bee looking in the window at me. All right, so let's see. We have Krista here. Let's see who else is here. She's tuning in at work. I miss your face too, girlfriend. Krista and I used to be in beauty school together. Longtime friends. Cheers to you, my friend. Joanne said, yes, balance is really needed for me these days. Love these cards. Thank you. And back on keto this week. Yes. Me too, girlfriend. Cheers, cheers, cheers. High five to all you people doing keto out there, and any type of weight loss, whatever it is you're doing that feels good to you. I just can't tell you though how much better I feel. Oh my God, it just started pouring. I can't tell you how much better I feel, you know, eating healthy. Like I noticed the week before I was with my parents and I ate sugar and junk and I felt like crap. You know, crap in, we get crap out. We put good stuff in, we get good stuff out. So if it feels good to you and that's something you'd like to learn about too, let me know. I can help you. All right, so let's take a look. So that was Joanne's card, and thank you for letting us know it made sense. And who else wanted a card? I think we did have someone else. I'm going to try to get to all of you. So if you're still on here, let me know. I know Michelle's here, and I think there was someone else, Allison. Kath, if you're still here, let me know. Tiffany, if you're still here, let me know. Let's see. Who was I going to next? I just had a thought, and it went out my head. Let's see. Who else is still here? Kathy is here. Okay, I'm pulling a multifaceted manifestation card for you, and we'll see where these go. All right, Miss Kathy, clear cognizance. This is new beginnings, my friend. And Kathy is one of our VIPs in our Multifaceted Soul Society and in our coffee club. So use your intuitive knowing, and she's an amazing little medium. Use your intuitive knowing to make decisions instead of relying solely on logic and reason. So really using your intuitive abilities to pay attention to, no, not that one, paying attention to what's going on in your life. I feel like there's some things you would like some clarity on, and I feel like you know the answer, you just have to really tune in, and I feel like there's a lot of distraction in your world lately, Kathy. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. And worry came up as a soul card, and these are the soul's journey. So part of your soul's journey may be letting go of worry, or maybe dealing with something that has to do with worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. So perhaps you understand that, especially if it's been something that's going on recently in your world, which I feel like there's definitely some things that are I want to say concerns, not so much worries, but they are worries, right? And it makes us feel like a little chaotic, like things are spinning almost out of control. So I love that that card shows that. And I feel like this would affect your throat chakra, your heart chakra. I'm being drawn to the colors as well, and your crown. So it's more the upper chakras. It's kind of got you a little out of your head. You just need to really drop back down into your heart. We have our healing circle this week, so I hope you can make it. Definitely would be fun. And if you guys are interested in joining us for the healing circle, the Coffee and Convo membership gives you access to that. It's the yearly membership, gives you access to join us in the healing circle for free. So if you are interested in that, let us know. Kath, I'm going to pull a couple more. Let me just see, and let's see what she's saying. Me, please. Yes, please. I'm here. I completely understand the worry. Okay, so I'm glad that's making sense. We have two cards for you here. Lime and cardamom, my friend. Okay, so they are two oils you can use if you feel intuitively drawn to them. Integrity and gratitude. So Kathy has the highest integrity of most people I know. I have to say, Kathy, you are such a beautiful soul, and you do have really big integrity. And I am grateful for you, first of all. But I will share with you, now this cardamom oil is actually part of the breathe oil that we use. So if you are anyone out there who's dealing with allergies or trying to get things up that maybe emotionally we want to release, or if you're trying to speak to people and maybe something's not coming across properly, the trigger statement would be, it's their fault, right? We tend to think it's others' faults instead of accepting blame where it needs to be, even though, forget the blame, it's just accepting what is, I guess you could say. True statement would be, my thoughts are the cause of my suffering. And that is true because, you know, think about it. It's really the thoughts we think, and we keep thinking them, that keep them stuck in our heads. So again, pivot, holy shift, find something else to think of. Use some cardamom. I like to put a little right here. To me, cardamom is, I call it happy day. I used to wear a necklace that had it in there, and I would open the bottle and say, here, just breathe that in. And a lot of people put cardamom in their yogurt in the morning. It's really good. Or if you eat oatmeal, I'm not an oatmealer, but I did find a keto yogurt that is amazing. It has 2 grams of carbs and no sugars, which is sweet. Or maybe a sugar, I don't know, it's low. But anyway, the emotions of this, as emotions rise, go to see what stories and memories are fueling them. So as those emotions rise, pay attention to what is actually fueling that fire. And then release what no longer serves you with gratitude. So that would be a good one for cardamom for you, Kathy. I hope that makes sense. She will be in the healing circle. Fantastic. I love the breathe oil. You know, I do too. And when we are fearful, if anyone is dealing with moving forward and being afraid of something, breathe. If anybody's dealing with gnats when you walk on the trail, breathe. It all works. It's so great. So these are just little multifaceted, I call them essential, you know, solutions at your fingertips, because it's something you can use quickly and easily that works. Okay, so gratitude. The trigger statement would be, I'm overwhelmed. So Kathy, if you've been dealing with feeling overwhelmed, or if anybody else here has been dealing with feelings of anxiety or overwhelm, I could have used this yesterday. I was trying to get this website finished in the last second, and I was like, I don't know how to do this, and I'm having a meltdown with my poor web guy who's so great. Thank you, Peter. You're amazing. So if anybody needs a website or a web guy or a web group that will help you, walk you through how to build a website, I have all of that for you. Reach out. So the true statement would be, I am moving, and moving would be forward. And Kathy is a real estate agent. So Kathy, if anybody's looking for a good real estate agent, Kathy's awesome. She's in our PA area. But I am moving. Makes sense to your real estate, but also moving forward. So I hope that makes sense to you. And maybe you are moving. I have no idea. The time for planning is complete. So it's like you're done with all the old. It's time to then move forward. Take action no matter how small and begin today. So lime is really good. Lime is like the oil for the zest of life. When I'm feeling in a funk, I grab my lime, put some in my water, I'll put it on the bottom of my feet, I'll diffuse it, and it helps to move you forward. So Kath, I know you have these oils, so maybe diffuse cardamom and lime, or breathe wouldn't go with lime because it's a little too, the scents I don't think would work as well, but you could do one or the other. So just a thought. So I wanted to share that. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'm going to pull a couple little cards. Yes, very overwhelmed. Okay, so it totally makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. And this card is contentment that came out, and beauty. So finding the beauty in contentment, really just finding beauty where you are, and the contentment of being at peace is what I feel like for you. Let's see, I'm working on moving forward. Oh, I thought you were going to say you were moving. I'm like, holy crap, but still moving forward. That's great. You have those oils and you will use them. Fabulous. I'm so excited. And I also wanted to share this too. Marjoram is the oil of, we talked about this in the beginning, for sore muscles and joints. I know this doesn't have to do with that, but thank you, Kath. I'm going to leave you with that in light and love, and I'm going to get to the next person, but I want to share this marjoram. So the oil of connection. So marjoram's good for anyone who's unable to trust others and form meaningful relationships. So I just thought that was good to share. I meant to share it earlier and I forgot. So let me get into the next card. Let's see, Allison, are you still here? I'm going to get to Allison, and then I'm going to see who else wanted a card. Perfect. Let's see. If you guys are on here, Krista, I know Krista wants a card. Let me know you're still here. If I don't see your comments or you're still waiting for a card, keep posting so I can see it. I know Michelle would like a card. I think might be my next one, Michelle. Let me see. Yes, let me get to Michelle next. Let me know if you're still here, Michelle, because I really want to read for the people who were here. If you guys stay around to the end, we're going to pull a multifaceted lucky angel card number. All right, Michelle says she's here. Awesome. All right, Michelle, I am pulling one of the, what are these called again? Nature's Whispers. So nature wants to whisper to you, Michelle, and I want you to definitely get outside to get some clarity. If you're in an area where you can go outside, take off your shoes, ground yourself to the earth. I did this yesterday for like 5 minutes. Oh my God, I felt amazing. Do you guys know about earthing? It is such a thing. You have to do it. Gratitude and appreciation. So in order for things to move forward, we have to always accept where we are in a state of gratitude and appreciation, just kind of like what Kathy was getting. This is a card of new beginnings. So you were asking about, I believe, finances and work. I love the rainbow. I love that this could be the sun or the moon. I want to say that's the moon. We have a full moon, I believe, coming up, so this is a really important time. I feel like you might get some information around the full moon. I love that it's a magical time with the unicorn. I want to say go to your inner child. Thank you for all the love, beautiful people. This is awesome. Pay attention to the flowers. I'm being drawn here. Now, some of these are spring flowers that already bloomed. This one. This right here looks like, I don't know what it's called. I want to say, I'm probably saying this wrong, a rancocus or some kind. Does anybody know flowers? It's like a, take a look at that flower. If you're a flower person and you know what that type of flower is, I want to say it's like, I'm hearing, I don't think it's right, but like a rancocus or something, cocus, something, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know why I'm being drawn to that for you. So if it makes sense to a type of flower, or maybe it makes sense to you some other way, maybe it's just something with the flowers. A lot of times they'll give me symbolic messages to bring through, and I don't understand the symbology of it. You will if it makes sense to you. So maybe it's just the flowers, but they're showing me a flower that I know, or at least I'm supposed to know, to bring it through to you. But the rainbow here is things are coming together as they should. Definitely a good message for you. Yes, I'm here, she says. Perfect. We'll get to you in a minute, Allison. You're outside at the moment, Michelle says. Awesome. So take your shoes off if you can and ground yourself to the earth. And if you can't do it now, do it later. Or in the meantime, if you can't do it now, go grab a tree or a branch, a leaf, something that is living, not a dead one on the ground, like something that's attached to a living being, which a tree is a being, right? It's alive. So touch it with your left hand if you can't take your shoes off, and just allow the energy to be absorbed in through you and allow it to ground you to the earth, right? And I always say rooted in love. We get rooted deeply to the earth in love. But I feel like it's allowing your inner child to shine, you can see how she's being nurtured by the unicorn. She's being nuzzled and loved and just allowing herself to be seen. So I say allow yourself to be seen. I'm going to pull a soul card for you as well. Let me know if these are making sense too. And your mother's rose. Okay, well there you go. I'm over here thinking it's Rancocus something, but it's a rose. Okay, so your mother is either here in the spirit world. I feel like, hold on. Interesting. She gives me the feeling she's in both worlds. So I feel like she could be here, but I feel like she, hold on. I don't know what I'm getting there. That's really interesting. Usually I can tell if they're here or there. And I feel like she's got a foot in each world. So she could still be living, and she's just someone like myself who dabbles, you know, goes in both worlds, like is a little bit both places. Or she could be in the spirit world and she's still trying to work with you and help you. That's interesting. I'll have to see what I pick up more on that. The card of acceptance is what I'm getting here. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So I feel like things have come up for you a lot in the, I don't want to say recently, but in the recent past. And I feel like they would have been a struggle for you. You really had a hard time with moving forward. I do feel like you dealt with some loss as well. So I don't know if this is for your mother, but I feel like I'm being drawn to that. I'm not sure what I'm feeling there, to be honest. And normally I can feel that very clear, but it's a very, it's different energy, very different. Let me see. Spirit world. Okay, so she feels to me, so it's really interesting that she came in this way. Was she a Pisces? Because I'm just feeling like March, or maybe not a Pisces, maybe just even a water sign, but I feel like somebody like a Cancer or Scorpio, somebody who dabbles in both worlds. But I feel like this acceptance, I don't know if you struggle with her loss or the loss of someone else, but I feel like this acceptance has to do with loss. Can come in many forms. It doesn't have to be a grief of a person. It could be a job loss. It could be something else you were dealing with, or moving forward in the way you want to move forward with, and maybe it's not up to par of what you're thinking it should be, and trying to accept that and move on. That can be really difficult. So this acceptance card, it says, I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. I don't know about you, but that prayer, I think it's the Serenity prayer. Yeah, that's a good one, you know, about learning to accept the things we cannot change. Hopefully that makes sense. A relationship. Okay, perfect. So that's what you were dealing with moving forward. So accepting that maybe it is where it is and you just have to allow it to move forward. I'm also going to pull another one of these because I'm being guided to do that. Let me see. What do you need to know, Michelle, about this relationship or whatever it is for your highest and best good? Laughter. So I don't know if that relationship brought you a lot of laughter, or maybe now that it's over, you can laugh. And I'm also drawn to these horses. To me, horses are freedom, and I love this little fairy or angel. Look at her face. She's like, yeah! And to me, the other one's over here cracking up with her. I'm going to say grab some friends and go do something that makes your heart feel light and free. Find some things to laugh about that you can move forward with. And I also love that this little being has like a little magic wand. So it's really, you hold the power in your hand. Your thoughts control the way that you move forward. And she's like, yes, forward. So I feel like definitely find some things to laugh about that don't take life so serious. There was one back here that wanted to come out. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Responsibility. Let go of all, I'm like, can't talk, blah, blah. Let go of the heavy responsibility. If you can let go of the weight of the world on your shoulders, sometimes we can't, but if you can find a way to release some of that. And also what you don't see coming is faith. You know, you have to hang in there and have some faith. Sometimes that's hard to do, especially when we can't see where we're headed. But I do want to pull a celebration card for you. So I feel like whatever your question was, and I think back to finances and work, I think it was for you, definitely a good sign, celebration. So I feel that something will be coming. I'm getting 5 days, 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 years. I don't feel like it's the latter. I feel like it'll be interesting. I just heard months. So I know you probably don't want to hear that, but something is going to change within the next 5 months. When I get 5 months, doesn't mean you have to wait 5 months. It could be coming, but the next card is patience. So I would just say hang on, give yourself a little bit of time. Don't be so attached to the outcome, and just be patient with it. Because whatever it is, good things come to those who wait, because the joy card is next. And I'm getting a little itchy here on my hand, so it's like moving forward. But I'll also, like, you know, it's what you're, this hand is the receiving hand, so it's like the itchy is like abundance, right? So no matter where it comes in for me, that's how it works for me. So abundance will be coming in over the next 5 months. It may start out slow and build up. You may get some information, and then in 5 months things really become clear. So take what you can and leave the rest with that. But I hope that makes sense. Thank you very much, she says, for this. You're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks for being here. Love that you guys are here. Make sure you guys download my business card so you can grab onto the free stuff that I'm sharing on my new website. the multifacetedmedium.com. I want to see who else is still here. Who's still here who'd like a card? Just want to make sure I get to you all. You're so welcome. Make sure you like my page and follow me on YouTube. And I'm doing a contest, just so you guys know. Whoever's still here, let me know, because I would love to pull cards for you if I didn't get to you yet. But I want to share about this contest. So I have a fun contest going on where I'm going to be doing we're actually giving away a Coffee and Convo membership for the monthly, which gives you access to be a VIP on here and always get your messages first before everyone else. If you're interested in winning that, it's a $120 value, and it's really cool. So if you want to win it, go over to my YouTube channel, definitely subscribe, leave me a comment on one of my videos, I don't care which one, and make sure you like the videos as well. It really helps me get the word out there. But what is really cool is by doing that, you're automatically entered to win a VIP, being a VIP in our coffee club, which is super cool. I'm actually sending out an email right after this, so if you're already on my newsletter, you're going to find out all the perks and all the good stuff that I have coming up. If you'd like to be on my newsletter, make sure you definitely download my newest website, the multifacetedmedium.com, and you definitely want to sign up, and you'll get some freebies. I have some cool freebies I'm giving away, so that's fun. And let's see, who's still here? Krista, are you still here, girlfriend? I would love to pull a card for you. And let me see who else was still here. I think... can't remember all your names. Let me just see. Who else is... Oh, Allison. Allison's still here. Okay. I'm going to pull a card for you, Allison. I'm going to pull an oil card for you first, an angel and oil, and then we'll go into a couple others to see what you need to know. What does Allison need to know for her highest and best good? And this guy wants to come forward. We have two. Cloves and tension. So I didn't talk about the colors of these cards and the others, but I love that these both came out. So this is solar plexus. So Allison, if you've been dealing with worry and stress and things feeling out of sort, or I want to say off kilter, again, you might have been the off kilter one I was feeling, but anyway, anybody could be dealing with that. So if it makes sense, definitely hear it. It's good about, this is going to help you let go of stuff, and it's a feeling of presence. So the spirit world is presence, right? When that card comes in, it could also be the presence of us being present in the now, in the moment, which is all there is, this generous present moment. Boy, we're going long today, but I love it. Thank you guys for being here. If you stick around to the end, we're going to do some lucky angel card number. All right, so let's get to this one. So the card of releasing is, I have nothing left. That would be the false statement. So you're kind of like, I'm at the end. I just don't even know what to do. I have nothing left. That's not true. The true statement would be, I can nurture myself. You always have that. So you can always love and accept yourself more, take better care of yourself. I want to clear something here in your throat. So energetically, I want to go to that area and feel like you might be having a time getting the words out. So whatever you're dealing with, like stomach-wise, if it's like, you know, it could be indigestion, or, you know, maybe your tummy's doing flips. Hang on, I need to sip. Or you could be dealing with allergies. A lot of times when we worry, our energy pulls in our solar plexus, and that causes tension. So that breathe oil I was sharing earlier for Kath would also be good for you. The true statement is nurturing yourself. Dear one, it's time to settle. Finding that balance, right? As soon as I said that, I feel this release. Create a sacred space where you can be at peace and you can find time to rest and rejuvenate for yourself. Healing will ultimately unfold when you can get to that place where you allow things to let go. The other thing is with presence, why did this happen to me would be the trigger statement. So why are these things always happen to me? Why? The true statement would be, how can this happen? How did this happen for me? Or yeah, how did this happen? So what can I learn from that is more the question I get from that. Like, what can I learn from the things that are happening? The clove oil comes up for that. So in our On Guard oil, which is one of our top oils, it's a great, I always think of two swords, like on guard. And to me, it's physical protection, because the spirit world we don't have to worry about. We don't need protection from them, but it's the people here, the living. We all have egos, right? And we get our feelings hurt, and things happen, and people do things that aren't always on the up and up. And sometimes they mean to, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it happens unconsciously. People are just not aware that ego mind gets in the way, and things come out of the mouth that shouldn't sometimes. And then we have to say we're sorry, and some people don't say they're sorry, and it's hard to, you know, forgive when nobody says they're sorry. There's all kinds of things that can unravel from that. But the clove oil, which is in our On Guard, is really good for bringing you back to that place of presence in the now moment, like what I was sharing. And the other message with this is, now that you are the star of your life, my dear, you are the lead and the audience is here for you. So it's really time for you to be in the moment and take your stance, allowing all the tension, the worry, the fears to kind of be released. I want to pull a soul card for you as well. So if you've been dealing with something like that, that does feel kind of heavy. Maybe there's been some stress in your life. Wait a minute, this top card wants to come out, but I feel like there's another one. And this is the card of loneliness. So I don't know if you've been dealing with loneliness. Maybe you've lost some friends, or maybe your friend group dispersed, or maybe a love relationship ended, or maybe you lost a loved person in the spirit world. I know that I'm never alone is the soul card. It's really knowing the truth that you are never alone, but sometimes it's really difficult when we go through these times and we don't feel supported, or, you know, whatever. You might benefit from community, finding a better community of like-minded people that would support you. You're more than welcome to join our community, the Multifaceted Soul Society, or the Coffee Club. They may support you as well, but I want to pull another card. Let us know if this is making sense to you, Allison. If you had a particular question, let me know. I'm just pulling for the overall, for your overall information, what you need to know, and for the collective, if anyone can take this. And I feel like forgiveness is coming up because someone needs to forgive. This may be for you to forgive yourself or someone else. Let me see. She's giving me the thumbs up. Oh, for your son who passed. I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, definitely forgive yourself, because you know what? Our loved ones in spirit are not sad. I know it's hard, and it's very difficult when we lose someone. And if you do not know about the 5 stages of grief, you probably already do. Does everyone know about the 5 stages of grief? I just shared this with a family member because they were grieving. And it really, I believe, will help this person, and I believe it will help you guys too. I'll link to this below. I found a great just a little video that really explains it and helps you understand. And it's not just grieving a loved one. It can be grieving a relationship for anybody who's with breakup. I think that was you, Michelle. A friendship. It could be a family member, anything. So I will post that below when we're finished. But forgiveness is really important, and we have to forgive ourselves first before we can forgive others. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And so when we sit there and go, well, I'm not ready to forgive. I actually talked to someone who said that a couple weeks ago, and I thought, wow, why would you hold on to that? And I know it's hard because we all do it. I've done it myself. And when you move past it, you can see it a little different, although others can't always see it. But I do want to pull up, they keep pulling me to the bottom card. It's what you don't see, the success that's coming. I know that there is no greater goal than love, and that is what success is all about, and that really comes when we can forgive. So I hope that makes sense to you. That's a really strong message, and I hope that that fits for you, Allison. He really wants you to know about, you know, loving yourself more. I feel like, wow, I have big chills now. I feel like he's actually starting to step in. He's saying there's nothing you could have done in the situation. I feel like, did he leave in an accident? I feel like this was sudden. And I feel like he's just saying there was nothing you could have done. He either was sick or there was an accident, but I feel like it was very sudden, if that makes sense. I'm going to pull a couple of these little cards. What are you trying to say here? And I feel like, okay, this is interesting. I'm getting like number 1 son, so I don't know if you have other children, but I feel like he would have been your firstborn, or just a very close connection than the other children, or he is your only son. He wants you to trust the compassion, like to have more compassion in yourself and trust yourself. He also is giving me the feeling that you hear him often, and to pay attention to that voice in your, it's not really in your ear. I say your inner ear, but it's up here. It's a thought you keep hearing or keep thinking. It just keeps popping in, and he wants you to pay attention to that. But the compassion is the love, being compassionate to yourself. And when this card comes up, and I'm smiling because not for anything that you're dealing with, and I am so sorry for your loss, but when this joy card comes up, to me, I find hearts, and I'm always gifting them to people. Let me know where you're at, and maybe we could try to work something out, and I'll be able to gift you a love rock. I always say multifaceted love rocks. I'm going to start doing something with my love rocks and sharing them with people in different ways, but you might find yourself, you start finding hearts, or maybe you find hearts already, and maybe these are signs from your son. So be aware of that, and it doesn't have to be a rock. It could be somewhere you're doing something, and all of a sudden you notice a heart in a really weird way, and maybe it's like something odd out of the blue, and you're just like, that's so weird. That's like a random heart. That could be a message from him sending, you know, love to you through the ethers, and they'll find whatever way they can to connect with you. Let's see. He also is sharing being open. You, I know, also are very open. I feel like you're open to different outcomes, but you've been struggling with this for a little while. And he really wants you to know about acceptance. So I feel like, again, that acceptance card came out earlier for someone else, but I feel like you could take this as well. I feel like he's accepted where he is, and he's trying to help you accept that. That his light still shines very bright. He had a bright light when he was here on this earth, and his light is ever so bright now in the spirit world. Yeah, definitely pay attention. And he's giving me the feeling, pay attention to the lights. So I don't know if he flickers your lights in your house. He has a beautiful energy about him. And the month of March is coming up for him. I feel like there's a connection somehow. It's either with you or with him, the month of March. I don't know if it's the Pisces energy or what I'm feeling there, but I'm being drawn to the month of March. So let me know if that makes sense, Allison. I'm going to see if we can pull something else for you as well. This is a multifaceted message card. What do you need to know for your highest and best good? And let's see. Intend to dream. So this is this is a great message for you from your son, I feel. This is about relationships. It's a number 2 card. And this Intend to Dream card is all about practicing lucid dreaming. We talked about this in another one of the readings. A lot of times when you lucid dream, you can set an intention to meet up with your son in the spirit world so you can actually connect with him. So before you go to bed at night, write a journal and get a journal that you like to write in, and maybe make a little note to him. Hey, dear Brian, or Brian or Byron, I'm not sure how the name was. I looked at it really quickly. But you would say his name, write it down, and say, you know, I'd like to connect with you tonight in my dreams. And it may not happen right away. It may take some time to come forward, but as it starts to happen, have your dream journal there so you can write it down. It'll help you with gaining insights into your subconscious mind. And here's the thing, if he does come to visit you in the dream, he will eventually. I won't say if he does, when he does. It may not be right now. If you're deep in grief, it's hard for them to come through. You actually have to lift your energy higher so that they can come through. But the best way for them to do it is in dreams, because it's a visitation. Pay attention to your dream if he does come through or if he has already, because when that happens, that's not a dream. That's a visitation. You can physically hug him, and you will wake up happier than you've ever been in your entire life. To me, I've seen that happen for people, and it's like when they come for a reading and they go from feeling like they almost look gray, and then they change. And they're like a different person because they feel they've connected with spirit. And, you know, not everybody has that experience, but so many do. But the dream state tends to do that as well when they have a visitation. So I hope that makes sense to you. Allison, I'm going to pull one more because they're guiding me. Creativity. So use your creative energy for whatever it is that lights you up. Maybe it's working with this to try to heal all of this, or maybe it's just something, maybe you like to paint or draw. Just allow yourself to flow into that. She's giving me more thumbs up. Wonderful. Let us know if those messages resonated. If you can give us a little bit more feedback, would be awesome, because it's always good to know from the medium's perspective, but also for everyone else here, like, oh wow, she really was able to connect with that, you know, with his energy. And again, commitment. I think you had that one or someone else had that one. So committing to whatever it is you're doing. So I'm going to pull one more for the collective. If anybody else is still on here, let me know. If I didn't get to you, Krista, I'm going to try to get to you if I can. I'm going to pull one for you if you're still here, so let me know. And if you're not, this is going to be for the collective. And being that she was in the beauty field with me, I don't know if you're still here, but this is for the collective. But if you can take this as well, Krista. Seek beauty. So this is a beautiful card. We had the beauty card come up earlier. This card is number 44. So to me, it's my favorite number. I don't know who else here loves 44, but when the 44s come up in my world, it's like thoughts and prayers are heard and answered. And it's like just allowing that to unfold as it needs to. Krista is still here, so if you've been praying about something, girlfriend, take this as you can. Seeking beauty, right? Seeing the beauty in everything. And I don't know if somebody's having a birthday, but it looks like they're blowing out of candles on a cake. So maybe that's for you or for someone else in your world. Making a wish is the feeling I get. Seek the beauty. Oh, and look, her hair is a wishy. I love these cards. They're so pretty. You know, it's like finding things that you're like wishing on a star or seeking beauty. I almost want to, this is interesting. So Krista's from my area, and Bryn Athyn. Why do I want to take you to Bryn Athyn, Krista? But right here, this looks like the cathedral. So if anyone's familiar with our area of Pennsylvania, there's a beautiful cathedral called Bryneth. And your Claudia just turned 19. I love that. Happy birthday, Claudia. This is her beautiful daughter. And so, yeah, so that could be representative of her as well. But I feel like this for you is making a wish. Moving forward with that. I'm also being drawn, interesting. There's a buck right here. It's really cool if you look at these cards. There's so many symbols. But there's a buck looking up at her, almost like deer is a gentle energy. It's like being gentle with yourself, nurturing yourself. Dawn Marie says it's her birthday. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. That's awesome. So I hope that's making sense. I'm going to pull a couple more, and I'm going to pull a soul card for you as well. But I want to pull these three just to give more information on seeking beauty. So finding the beauty in everything that you do, especially in yourself. Honesty. Are you one of those fixed signs? Aquarius. What were they? Aquarius, Taurus, Leo. What was the other one? Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, shoot, now I can't remember what it was. Scorpio, duh. All right, so are you one of those signs? Because this would be honestly looking at yourself, not beating yourself up, loving the skin you're in, loving where you are, you know, whether it's where you want to be right now or not, loving the place that you are in. Knowing that no matter what happens, you always bounce back, like me, girlfriend. I think that's why we became hairdressers early on. And having clarity in your life, finding that clarity, knowing that all that you're looking for will make sense. Give it some time. When the clarity card comes up, it's usually over the next few days, could be the course of a week. Just allow things to start becoming more clear for you. Hold on, they're drawing me to the bottom of the card. Another worry. That's 2 worries in this deck. I didn't even know this card deck had 2 worries. So let go of the worries. That's a big one for a lot of people here. I feel like not just whoever that was for earlier, but that worry card keeps you in your head and out of your heart. So if you can, take some time to take some deep breaths. Allow things to breathe and drop down into your heart so that you can release that worry. I feel like something's going on where you're trying to make a decision as well. When that worry card comes up, there's usually a decision trying to be made. And whatever that is you're worrying about, it's really not important in the grand scheme of things. If you can let it go, even though in the moment it probably seems important. And definitely pride, right? We need to have healthy pride, right? But I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So really, and maybe it's for pride, you know, we just had Pride Month, I don't know. But maybe it's that kind of pride. Maybe there's something going on there. There's different meanings to these cards, but it's really about loving yourself and seeing yourself in everyone, which I feel you do that as well. So they're just really validating what you already know. I'm going to pull another card for you as well. I want to pull another one of these, and I might pull an oil for you. Let me just see. Deep breaths. Yes. Okay, she's a Capricorn. Okay, so it doesn't matter because it may still be in your sign. Happy birthday, she says. Wonderful. All right. Catch your breath, friend. There's the breathe card, right? There it is again, catching our breath. And when we're stressed and we're worrying, we don't breathe. We hold our breath and we go like this. Blah, 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 blah. We try to get everything out in one sentence. And again, if you notice, she's holding on to the tree. She's grounding herself to the earth. Remember to take time to catch your breath. This is all about relationships with family. This could be definitely family related. I definitely want to pull a male in here. Ground yourself to the earth before dealing with these people, because sometimes they can tend to pull you off your grounded balance. They can pull you out of balance and make you feel off kilter. So that off kilter is coming up again. So really stay grounded to the earth. Allow yourself to be in your energy before you deal with others, is what I want to say, and healthy emotional boundaries. I want to say for you as well. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so you know exactly who I'm talking about. I guess that's what that was coming up for. Okay, what does she say? There we go. The beautiful little fairy. Absolutely. Dill, my friend. Now, I don't think we have this oil yet, but I guess it's one that's coming, or maybe we used to have it. But I love dill. And dill's great for hot flashes, ladies. Clearing. It's good to clear the energy, too, which who knew? I learn something new every day when I use my cards. So the false statement would be the trigger statement. None of this matters. None of it's important. But the true statement is, I am clear. What matters is important, and you'll be able to I want to go through and part all the junk so that you can see clearly and gain that clarity. Feel as any external energy is cleared from you and your space, and energetically you are pure, and you can focus now on the task at hand. So dill, maybe eat some dill pickles. I don't know. I don't have any dill oil, so I can't share that with you, but hopefully that makes sense. I love dill pickles. They're my favorite. All right, so 2 just jumped out for you in the little cards. Strength of the blue angel. So this would be brother, this would be male energy. The blue angel represents, for me, when they come up, it's usually a male in your life. So for someone else who can take this as well, take what you can and leave the rest. You love dill too? Yes! Okay, so he is a strong energy is the feeling I get there. But this is a beautiful message. Take a risk and come to a truce. Because when that truth card comes up, to me, it's two people shaking on something and coming to a truce. So I feel like that will be coming together. I don't know if you guys had a recent disagreement, but I feel like you'll be, I want to say kiss and make up, even though you're brother and sister. It's like hug each other, make up, love each other because you're family. And just, you're going to find a way to make up. You might have to be the bigger person. So I will leave you guys with that in love and light. I'm going to pull one more top card. So thank you, Krista. Perfect. I just want to make sure I get to everyone. Continue, guys, to use your intuition. Your intuitive abilities are so powerful. If you want to learn more about them, you could go to my website and see all the different services we offer, the multifacetedmedium.com. If you're not yet on my newsletter, make sure you check it out. I have a free download for a meditation on forgiveness, which was channeled through the angels. You're more than welcome to go check it out. If you are already on my newsletter, I will be sending out the different things that I share, because I don't know if you can still get them, but try anyway. Go put your information in there and check out the different pages. I'll be sharing different things on my blog as we move forward. So right now there's not too much on my blog because it's brand new, but I will be sharing more. There's some places you can shop in there. You can buy cards. You can go to my Amazon store on there. You can find some oils on there. You can get the discount codes. All that's on there. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging around so long. I think we were on here quite a while today. I am Lisa, the Multifaceted Medium, if we've not yet met. Wonderful to see you guys hopping on. Thanks for your patience with Penny earlier. And until we meet again, if you guys want to catch this live, always show up on the Multifaceted Medium on Facebook. If you're on my YouTube channel and you're seeing this and you've stayed till the end, let me know you made it. Tell me I made it in the comments so I know that you made it. Definitely will help you get entered in my VIP contest so you can become a Multifaceted Coffee and Convo VIP. And thank you so much for the love, big friends. I love this. This is so wonderful. And I'll tell Penny you guys said hi. All right, until we meet again, take care, brush your hair, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. Bye.